I'll start with XRP. So on the 15-minute, you can see a wick down to the 786 there, and then when I flick onto the MAs, I'll go to the daily. You can see the Bollinger down here. The bottom of the Bollinger is 3013, so there still might be a little bit of a push down before it retraces back up. Yeah. So when I flick on the 12-hour, you can see the 12-hour there, and again the Bollinger, the 12-hour turn, the Bollinger on the 12-hour now is at 30.26, and there was a retrace. It was green. It just went around a moment ago. So there may be one last push down before it comes up. Yeah. I hope. I hope. Is the long I'm in is I have my stop loss at 28.50, just below the bottom of this, because there's the impulse, just below the bottom of this impulse. Yeah. So I'll be coming out of my longs if it breaks this. I don't expect it to, but we give it has that space to move in. Yeah. So now when we go to the 10-hour, okay, 10 hours, fairly straightforward. I'm just flicking through the hours now just to see what they show, you know. There's the 8. Still a bit laggy. No. Give it a moment. Okay. There's the 6-hour. Okay. So the 6-hour turned at 12 o'clock today as well. Again, you see the wick, the retrace. Jump past the 8. Okay, there's the 8. So now go to the 4-hour just to see. Same, the 4-hour turned. Again, just waiting for the MAs to appear. Okay, so again, there's the VWAP. Still all looks a bit stilly. I'm looking for where this turn is going to happen. Okay, here's the 3-hour, 2-hour. Okay, a little retrace there. You see it's pushing through. See a little bit of sideways. And then the 1-hour. Okay. So this move here looked like the blow off top to the bottom. Yeah, 3, 4, and then 5. You can see it's starting to curve around. Yeah. The bottom of the 1-hour Bollinger there is also at 30.30. So again, there may be one more push down to that to break up. Yeah. Let's have a look at the stock. Okay, so now hold this up a little bit here, and the 1-hour, the stock's at the bottom, so it looks like it's again it might want to head up. And the 15 minutes at the top. So the 15 minutes at the top. It stay there for a little bit, but again, it looks like it's already pushing down a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see how far price action gets down compared to the stock. So if we see the stock getting all the way down, but price action doesn't break below, again, you can see that it's running out of steam and it's really just setting itself to head back up. That's one of the things I'd be looking for. The 5 is at the bottom. Again, 5 wants to head back up. But let's just have a quick look now, going back through the hours. There's the 2. You see the 2 is coming to the bottom here. Again, there could be a rounding of it here, and for the head back up. The 3. Okay, 3 hours been at the bottom for a long time. We flick to the 8. Okay, the 8s after getting down to the bottom. We'll go to the 12. And again, you see the 12s after coming down. Again, these guys can stay down here for quite a while, you know, but I think I was talking about it yesterday, is the 12 wanting to get down for the lift back up. And then equally the daily. Okay, there's the daily starting to come down now, yeah. Again, whether this comes down to here or wants to come down all the way, we'll find out. We'll find out soon enough. Did I see a little push? Did I see a little bit more of a push there? Okay, yeah, we'll just have to watch and see how this plays out, yeah. Okay, so now another thing I noticed as well is I posted this on the Discord. You can see the white center line here. And again, you can see how price action came down and then used it as resistance, as support, as resistance. And again, I reckon we'll see it as support here. We get the bounce back up towards the red line. We get a retrace, and then I think we're going to get our decision about the breakout, up or down. That's the pathway I think it's gonna head on, yeah. And that will work. That will also work out with the 15-minute arc here, yeah. Is the way back up. Yeah, I actually have this marked out here. I have this already set up. Is on this chart here. Again, here's the bottom. So now the way back up is the range is between, on the long is 35.3 to 36.7, yeah. So between the top of this red line, I might want to stretch to this white line at 37.40, yeah. The red line at channel line at 36.83, and this is also the 786, yeah. If it cuts a little shorter, is then you see this white support line here, okay, and the blue line here as well at 35.3. Let's have a look. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Look at that there. Ew. 30.56. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see where it goes. We'll have to see where it goes. Like, we know we have a. Here's the bottom here of this here. So I'll just put a line like this. Just to keep an eye on that, yeah. Okay. So yeah, where were we? So yeah, so the range essentially is between 35 and 37 on the way back up, yeah. I would be super cautious around 33.4, 33.5. And my thought is it really does look very spilly on the MAs. Is it may do a shorter retrace up to the 382, up to here, turn around, and then just drop like a sack of potatoes. Yeah, it may do that. It may do that. And if it was on the arc here, it would do a much smaller lift, and then just spill down. That I'm watching carefully as well. That could happen. Yeah. So just be careful. Just be careful when you see it retrace back up. If it does, be careful around about 33.50 or so. Yeah. So that's it. That's what I'm looking at for now. And obviously I'm super cautious about watching this as well, because it does. I think Mihaela said it a moment ago. It just looks like it could go on forever at the moment, you know. But we'll see. We'll see, because unless the market makers just decide to do something drastic, is it moves in impulses and corrections. So here's the impulse, here's the correction, another impulse, another correction. That's the way they generally move. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I will.
Fantastic timing, under 20 minutes. It's a personal record.
There you go. Well, there's not much. Well, I said everything I had to say earlier. There's not much to add today other than I hit the 786. Looks like reversal is in. And we have our targets. Unless it just keeps going. Okay, so there's your screen. That's it there, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. That's you shared. Okay, I'll get out of your way.
Okay.
Super.
Thank you very much.
Oh, and she profoundly apologized to me earlier on for snapping. Earlier on when she snapped at me, she says, "I'm totally sorry, Roy. Totally sorry."
Okay.
I forgave her with grace. Grace, it's okay, babe. It's okay.
Hi guys, welcome to another New York session starting with a spill. Let's see if we recover from this. Now, the MAs are looking as bad as they did this morning. If we're looking at Bitcoin, I'll make this really, really big. We were fighting to get some. Support on the 5 MA on the 1 hour, and we lost it in the past hour or so. It's not looking great in terms of the MAs, and this will have to show itself pretty soon. Again, I am using my support and resistance to manage my trade. I would be looking at the 19,000 being turned into support. If we don't turn the 19,000 into support pretty soon, which is at least an hour or two from now, that means chances are we're going to be spilling some more, and I'd rather take my losses than be trapped in this, because it won't be looking good if it's not making a recovery soon. Again, that would be my decision, not financial advice. But again, if it's a trade that I've given a lot of time to show itself, I like the bullish divergence here on the 15-minute. I'm pretty sure there's one on the 1 hour as well. But I want to see levels being gained, because at the moment, there's a small one on the 1 hour. Here, but again, we are in the oversold on both the 1 hour and the 15-minute RSIs, so I do expect some sort of recovery. If that recovery carries us nicely above the 19,000 and above an MA on the 1 hour, then I have confidence, and I'll keep my long in and watch to see what it does when it meets the 20,000, because that would be the next level.
I forgot to mention that for XRP. You're right, on the 1 hour, I'd love to see price action break to 20 MA on the 1 hour. That would give me great confidence of the retrace is finally in.
Yeah. The point I'm trying to make is this session from now until tonight, closing of New York, that would be 9 p.m. Dublin time, is essential. So if you've got trades in, I would advise you watch them, and if we don't turn the previous support level into resistance, I suggest either like I would minimize my losses, or close a part of my position, or I'll see what happens towards the end of New York, because if the support is not gained, we're gonna keep spilling. The MAs will keep pushing, and we're gonna keep spilling, and it might reach a double bottom. And it wouldn't be necessarily a liquidation thing, but it might be a missed chance to do a nice short if this level as I said this morning, if this level is broken and then retested, we're coming down for a double bottom for Bitcoin at least.
You're looking at me now, so
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, it's done its correction. It might go a little bit more. I don't see it breaking down any further until it does some form of correction.
Yeah.
Even if it's
Bitcoin hasn't done as much of a correction as XRP. Again, I'm looking at you because it's nice to check. So if I'm putting this.
Yeah, Bitcoin looks like this.
So yeah, it looks like for the big wave from the previous bottom to the recovery at around 22K. It looks like it's got. That's why I put this here. Yeah. So. But then again, so it could go lower, but we need to see it bounce up. So if it goes lower and there's no retesting of the previous level, so it could go to 786. But if it doesn't bounce off it, if there's no recovery momentum, then we might be in for a major sell-off. And it's good to protect yourselves against that. ETH is looking. Sorry, shouldn't sigh that much, but ETH is worth a sigh here. ETH is bleeding heavily. ETH is bleeding the most of the three of them. We've broken through the 1050 this morning. We've come back and retested this channel, which honestly does not look great. And now we've broken the 1000 support and resistance line. I was looking at this structure this morning, and I was saying that maybe the reverse head and shoulders would be our way up into a slight recovery. Again, I'd like to see where is it? Yes, the previous level of support and resistance around 1011 would have to be regained. So where it is right now, it looks like it's halfway there to 1930, and if it breaks that level, I'm looking at a double bottom around 850. So it's
you could go that type.
Yeah.
Do you remember I was saying to you about XRP? XRP could be a 1-2 for the way up.
Yeah.
And 1-2s have a tendency to go much closer to the bottom of the previous bottom than normal.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's sort of in the back of my head as well. If it is a 1-2,
yeah,
it likes to go.
It likes to go really close.
To the target,
yeah. That's again what Roy is saying. I'm gonna switch to the 4 hour to show you guys what he's saying. What? So I'll put this here. So what Roy is saying is that this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and again, I'm not calculating the levels up, but I just want to show you. And this could be the case for both Bitcoin and XRP as well. We need to play this very carefully as traders, and we need to make our decisions where it is right now, because if it is gonna drop there, this would be about a 10% trade. So, and it's the same for Bitcoin. I think quite similar to XRP. I think XRP is actually farther than this.
Really?
Yeah. But the thing is that there are two possible decisions. You can either stay in and again play the liquidation.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and play the liquidation towards the previous bottom, thinking that this is a 1-2 and it won't break it, which is a very risky. This is the highest risk option. Or you could if in this New York session this does not gain support, the price action on both ETH and Bitcoin doesn't gain support, then we need to look at cutting our losses or minimizing the position to keep it where it is.
But this is the challenge with that. If it's a 1-2 and it's going to go that close, is you'll only know when it doesn't break it or it turns up.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
only
So
know
it depends on how comfortable you are with the risk of waiting for that.
Well, there you go. That's it. You
Yeah.
just manage your risk.
Yeah. So you can keep the whole position running until that point, or you can minimize, take a loss, close a part of the position, add to your margin. There are options to it, but a decision needs to be made. The point
Yeah,
I'm trying to make is a decision needs to be made if
I wouldn't
support is not being gained.
I wouldn't overcomplicate it, because if you're in the trade now, you've already made your decision. You know, you've already put your liquidation price in.
Yeah, but
So,
again, we're two different. Sorry, guys, we're two different traders. To me, I'm staying adaptable. I'm keeping my options open.
yeah. No, I already know the risk, and what I've
Yeah.
done is I've set my liquidation point just below the bottom of the bottom of this complete impulse, and basically is I believe there will be a correction of some form, rather than it coming down and breaking this bottom.
Yeah.
My worst case scenario in this, I believe, is that it could do 1-2 and get super close to it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see it smashing through it without doing some form of
Retracement.
retracement.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
Even if it's a small one.
I don't see it either, because the RSIs need to recover. The RSIs need to need a little bit of a breather. If I'm looking on the 4 hour for Bitcoin, honestly, like I would be jumping at the opportunity of a 4 hour RSI looking like that for a long. Like this needs a serious lift. But I am mindful that we are in terms of the fundamentals. It's not the indicators are the indicators can be tricky, and we need to be double cautious in terms of making decisions. So that's Bitcoin and Ethereum at the start of New York. I'll be posting this TA and the summary on the chat, and I'll see you on Monday for London in the morning.
Jesus,
And
is it
I'll keep
Thursday
you.
already?
It's Thursday already, and I'll keep you posted on the chat during the weekend and tomorrow.
Yeah.
Have a beautiful Thursday and good luck trading.